Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Tarot of the Twin Sun. I am your clairvoyant, Ron. For this reading, we'll be focusing on relationships of the twin flame and any potential others that you are trying to reach union with. Now, this is interesting in that when I was shuffling the cards earlier, there was a good feeling generally with another, and there certainly is a potential connection with another that you've been keeping your eye on, Pisces. And let's go ahead and shuffle this a few times and see if any cards talk to us. We have one there. Yeah. All right. These cards wanted to come out. Okay, interesting. Pisces, there is currently in your relationship with a potential twin a certain moving ahead with general directions. This card could indicate travel. This is the Chariot, so travel in a literal sense on the physical plane, or travel on a metaphysical plane with this sort of twin dynamic energy. At the same time, this indicates also a possibility for essentially travel to bring you into states of more enlightenment, as the two center characters indicate here. At the same time, the shadow sides are stepping aside, polar differences here, but it seems to me that the union that you are establishing is creating a type of awakening in terms of the light that is a spiritual connection. There is a very much spiritual propensity to this connection, okay? It's a propelling force, the wagon, or the chariot, rather. Okay, interesting. Yeah, with the chariot, there certainly is a potential for Cancer being in your midst, Pisces. There also is a potential for air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, with the Prince of Swords here, and the Knight of Discs, Taurus, lots of Taurus energy, as well as Virgo and Capricorn. So there's a bit of that complexion with your chart or your twin's chart. So thinking Earth as well as air, and Cancer, especially Cancer. The interesting thing about Cancer energy is that it solidifies. There tends to be, with Cancer, a hard emotional blockage that seems to be unraveling now. And there certainly is a lot of emotional content with the card I see here with the Chariot. With that sort of dynamic, the opposite, which is Earth here, if there is someone or a twin moving to or from you, or if there's a running and chasing dynamic, or if you meet them, happen to meet them whilst traveling, there is a chance that they will be making contact with you in a very slow way. The Knight of Discs is a slow-moving energy. The Prince of Swords is a fast-moving energy. And the interesting thing is that this Prince of Swords also has a load of, there's a Chariot here as well, and a number of Pentacles. So there is sort of a linking. This person might have a bit of air and earth in their chart complexity, and as well as a bit of Cancer. But let's not fixate on that too much. What I want to say is that there will be communication, and everything that has come up so far has been extremely positive. It will be slow communication, and it would also be somewhat light and airy and flirtatious with this card. So, some clarity. Yeah, travel is indicated again, as well as the Seven of Swords reversed. There may have been, with the new moon energy, a type of conflict or some sort of indecision, or perhaps sneaky behavior, especially if you're dealing with the Prince of Swords energy here. But that is coming into sort of, with the waxing of the moon, into the full moon that has happened in Sagittarius. There has been a movement away from sneaky behavior, and a movement towards truth, or potentially a bit more of an intellectual rapport with your twin. Also, the three of rods indicates travel or abundance in terms of passions and passionate projects. You may have a great chance to meet this person abroad, or you may be traveling together, or you may be traveling with your potential twin at the same time, yet on different paths. Let's yeah, I really want to clarify this. So there was definitely something said that was with the Seven of Swords in reverse, a bit off-putting, and may have severed a bit of the connection between you and your twin. But it was also to clarify a bit of heartache that happened mutually between you and your twin. Yeah, definitely, the Sun is coming up as a very positive card. Definitely some sunny energy coming up, and I see a lot of earth in this as well. But as you will see with the sun, the crab that was here in the wagon has switched its location from the top of the card here with the chariot, and then the bottom of the card here in the sun. And this sort of is a flipping of energy, and a more positive sort of radiation and sharing. And there's also an indication of the twins here having a real good time. So what I can say is that there is a possibility for travel. There definitely is a place of sunshine that you could be traveling to. There certainly is a lot of joy to be had with the sun card coming out, and all the signs here on the astrological zodiac are represented with the sun sign, with the sun. So there's definitely a lot of good things potentially coming up to you. Also, new passions that this is your second card that comes in reverse, but hidden passions are going to be coming about with this experience with you and your twin. As a center sort of energy. I see nothing but good, getting over conflict, waiting for your ships to come in with the Three of Rods, as well as the Sun as your ultimate outcome. Definitely a good sense of travel, as well as mental rapport and talking, lots of talking, good talking with the Prince of Swords here. Lots of Cancer energy here, but it could be any of the zodiac signs, including, I'm seeing here Taurus, as well as more Libra or Gemini, potentially loads of Gemini. And yeah, even Aquarius is here with the Seven of Swords. There could have been an unorthodox way of sort of getting over an argument with your twin. Let's see here. Yeah, I wanted to clarify the Ace of... Why is the Ace of Rods in reverse? Okay, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So there's a new passion regarding you and your twin, with the way you view certain types of... Well, there might have been conflict with the way you review certain types of tradition, and it came from you or your twin, especially if you're dealing with an air sign, in a traditional fashion. There's certainly a mixture of tradition that you two are trying to break and to create a step away from conservative leanings. So traditional marriage or anything like this, you might treat your twin as a friend or as more of a travel companion, someone that you can share experiences with on an emotional level or an intellectual level without having to worry about the baggage of commitment. Which sounds really strange considering twin dynamics. I mean, actually, it goes to show that twins never really sort of, there's always the running and chasing dynamic, A, and they're not very conventional relationships. B, they tend to be somewhat karmic and relating to a type of unorthodoxy. Yeah. So with the four of Pentacles, it's like you're dealing with stubborn people, fixed signs. Leo is one of them. Taurus, Scorpio, these are fixed signs, right? Yeah, mostly. So people are just holding on to their pentacle and really holding on to, as opposed to building something with someone with the Three of Pentacle, there's usually one person holding on to a certain rigid mindset. They're very stubborn about something. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn here. And that's just really difficult because it's hard to establish really a finite or a fiery sort of connection that with someone that's kind of stubborn. But they're moving away from this, and they're moving away from any sort of blockages that come from traditional upbringing, trying to create a new passion that isn't based on the traditional marriage stance. Okay. I don't see any three parties here other than potential third parties in relating to traveling. There might be temptation while you travel, but it might actually engender a type of connection and foster a better connection with your twin. Yeah. Let's see if there are any obstacles with the Ace of Rods in reverse. Well, the Empress comes out. This is Taurus, Libra energy, and with the Ace of Rods in reverse, there certainly is a type of a reestablishment, a reestablishment of the divine feminine in the connection, and a way of bringing in fertility and ritual in a certain way. There might be a really good connection with the divine feminine coming into play, perhaps a guide, perhaps someone in the vicinity, perhaps the approval of a mother, or also a potential to bring in balance to emotional content. This is the first card of emotion that I'm seeing out of all of this. There's not much water in here other than the Cancer that crept up in the Sun, as well as the Chariot, which is interesting, very interesting. The Empress I actually read as having full control over the wealth of emotion as well, the ocean of emotion. And it's fairly interesting that she comes out like this. There's also a bird here, and really good overall positive energy with the Empress card coming in. Bottom line is that because of this card coming up as a sort of closer, there is a way for emotions that have been blocked to come into play if the flow of emotions is regulated and allowed by the divine feminine, represented through the Empress energy, through Libra or through Taurus capabilities. So think fifth house, think creativity, think intuition and art as a sort of commonplace for the breaking of tradition and the creation of new passion with you and your twin to reach a type of sun energy, twin energy. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is getting away from any sort of negative behavior on a physical plane, in the 3D realm. And also a slowing down of certain types of energies that are fiery, the slowing down of passions, also a resonance with the Ace of Rods in reverse. So there certainly is a slowing down and no longer a need with the Two of Swords in reverse, no longer a need to be extremely cutty with connections. There's no longer an ambivalence or a crossroads. It's definitely sort of moving forward on an intellectual level and bringing in peace and prosperity through the Eight of Pentacles, being able to see the connection and draw forth a meditative sort of slowing down and grounding, like with the Knight of Pentacles, grounding the relationship in a physical way. Okay. Yeah, interesting. And also the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is bringing in a new type of way of thinking, but in the reverse, it's a subtle force with your twin. Okay. So ultimately, I think travel would be good if you can afford it or go forward with it. It will give you perspective and it will give you more enlightenment when it comes to the relationship with you and your twin. If you guys are traveling together, that would be fantastic. If you're traveling apart, even better. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Okay, thank you.